Hey guys, still waiting for Darren. He is coming, but he is stuck in traffic. So instead of having you guys basically just kind of have dead air, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to talk to you for a little bit while waiting for him to get on, and then we'll just go from there. Both Donald and so today is just a day of technical issues. Donald was trying to get on the broadcast as well. He's actually technically still in the hangout room, but his audio is just not working for whatever reason. We don't know why. So he's here. He's just, you're not going to be able to hear him. Although I'm kind of wondering if, like, who knows? I don't know. Donald, maybe say something. Maybe there's a miracle happened and it worked. I'm not counting on that. No, still no audio. So Donald has no audio. We tried basically all of the basic troubleshooting that we could, but he's here. He's just quiet. So it's just going to be up to me to talk, which anybody that's been following me at all knows that I know how to talk. So what I'm going to do while we're waiting for Darren to come in is I'm going to do a little screen share with you guys and show you what, the basics of the website, give you my my opinion of it as a sorry guys, I'm just like multitasking, so if that's why I'm like, so I'm just going to show you guys like the basics of the account. And actually what I can do is I can talk about what I'm doing for my my team. What I'm going to set up like a little rotator, and basically all you'll have to do to qualify for the rotator is purchase an ad pack in that week. So it's probably going to be like a Sunday cutoff time. And like, you guys know, I'm like super chill and relaxed about cutoff times. I'm usually not super like strict about it, but it's basically going to be, if you purchased within, one ad pack within that week, you're just going to go in the rotator and stay in the rotator if, you continue to purchase the packs. This is just for my level 1 people. And I'll run this basically indefinitely. I'll probably at first start with running the ads at BitsPays, because I myself got a paid referral from there, and so the advertising works there. You guys know I'm a super fan of BitsPays, so I'm going to be running some advertising for my team just as like a little extra bonus. This isn't like a team build where people will have to promote the team link or anything like that. It's just going to be like, hey, if you purchase that week, you get added to the rotator. Pretty simple. Not going to, make it super complicated or anything like that. We will have our regular team hangout tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. So that's going to go on. We're gonna just, for the most part, just talk about this here, because this is for my passive trades. This is the interview with him, so we're gonna try to stay on topic here. But I do have quite a few things to talk to you guys about tomorrow. So definitely make sure that you guys know the drill. Show up if you can. Watch the replays if you're not able to come on live. All that fun stuff. Okay, so we just heard from Darren, just pulled up in at home and setting up. Okay, so he is here. he's just logging in. I'm just writing him a little note. All right, yeah, so he's here. He's, so it's going to be like a minute. So I guess I'm not going to do that screen share, because he's probably going to do a lot more screen shares, and you're going to be able to hear directly from him. And for those of you that are interested, we are going to have an edited version of this. Basically, this like filler time where I've been talking to you guys about stuff is probably going to be cut out. and to use the interview for like marketing pages and things like that. Yeah, Donald, I would say that you do qualify for the rotator. And Donald's buying pretty much every day. Sometimes like 2 in one day, but it's like basically every day. So yeah, Donald, you qualify for the rotator, I think. I think you're good. Um, yeah, now Donald has 43 packs. Just a little basic information. Like I said, I'm not going to go over too much because Darren's going to be here, and you guys are probably here to tune into him and not to listen to me babbling all day. Although a lot of you do like to listen to me babble, so yay. But basically, the ad packs are $5 a piece, and they return 125%. Right now, the daily percentage is 1%, but that percentage can vary. And he's going to go into all these details as to how they're keeping that percentage relatively stable. It's basically because they have like a backup account, so that in case of times when there's going to be trades that are not profitable, which happens, even the best traders have days where they don't make money or where they even lose money. There's a backup fund for that. He'll go into all those details, but basically it's $5 ad packs. You do get advertising credits, you get banner ads, you get website visits, and also the 125% return, which right now at the 1% rate is taking 125 days, but you can repurchase at any time with your account balance, which is what I've been doing. I have to check. I have $110 worth, so I have 22 shares. Yeah. But I only put in like $50 because I repurchased. And also I have a couple of referrals. I have 2 active referrals. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. But that balance is, it was about 50, maybe 55. I'll have to check for like exact numbers. But because I'm able to repurchase, and once you get up to like the $100 level or the 20 packs, then you're earning $1 a day. So that's when it really starts to pick up, pretty quickly, because you can repurchase like every 5 days if you're just repurchasing and building up. And I have been paid. I did receive a payout. It took like less than 24 hours after I requested it. So they are paying. The minimum payout is $10. And I believe that this is true. It does become a snowball effect. And I believe, I'm going to have Darren confirm this, but I believe that even free members can earn just by referral commissions. You earn 8% on level 1 and 3% on level 2. I believe that's even for free members. I heard that somewhere. I think I heard that on one of their videos. I'm going to have him confirm that information, obviously, because he's going to know. So even if even if you're a free member, you can still earn, and you can start for free and start earning for free. It becomes a snowball effect after a while. Yeah, it's once you get to that threshold of really around $80, I think is what it is, because $80 allows you to purchase once every 7 days just with your earnings. It becomes a lot easier. Now, what I'm personally going to do is I'm going to build up to I have a certain goal that I want to build up to. And after that goal, I'm going to withdraw 25% and put 75% back in. And that 75% allows not only to maintain the level that I'm at, but it will also allow me to increase that level, because you really only need about 66% roughly to maintain. But that's just what I'm doing. Obviously you guys can do what you want. Still just waiting for, Darren's just going to come on. Like, he's just going to just appear. So this will be fun. And Donald also has his own specific strategy. I have my own, which I can get into more detail probably at another hangout. I don't want to get into too much of what I'm doing, but I do intend to show you guys what you can do if you're starting out on like a micro budget, how you can build it up, and relatively quickly too, to the point where you won't have to put any funds in, because you can just sort of repurchase with what you're earning already. I will probably show you a little bit of that today, and I'm sure Darren will talk about these things as well. Just waiting for him to pop on at this point, guys. So yeah, let's see, what else should we do? You guys have any specific questions, or do you guys have any questions now that you want me to make sure that I ask Darren when he gets on here? I have a couple of people have asked a few questions. There's some people that this was sort of last minute-ish. They couldn't attend. So I do have a couple of questions already, but if you guys have any specific questions or anything you want to know, put them in the chat box, and I will make sure that those questions get asked if they're not already answered with the presentation that Darren's going to do. So there's that. As far as the advertising goes on it, I haven't tested it out too much. I did add one website just to kind of have one in there, but there are also there's other advertising there. I just haven't really played around with it yet. No particular reason. I just really haven't done it yet. But I will do that, and I will be testing some things out with it as well. Obviously, it's a crypto thing, so any of the crypto stuff that I'm in probably will get some sort of results. You don't have to surf any ads in order to earn. Like, it's not like a rev share type thing. You don't have to surf any ads to earn, and also the income on the site doesn't depend on new people coming in. And that's something that I'm sure Darren will discuss as well, but that's a key point that I think is very important for people to understand, that they are actually legitimately trading. So they're using your funds, they're using those funds to trade. They trade on Forex, and they trade on cryptocurrencies. And so even if, let's say that nobody else joined, nobody else put any new money in, and people were just maybe some people are drawing, some people are repurchasing or whatever, you don't need new members in order to earn, because you're not earning based off of new people coming in. You're earning based off of the trading. The only time that you're earning off of people is like through the referral program, but they have that already kind of sort of built into their system. So which obviously Darren can talk to you guys about in a little bit more detail. Yeah, I am going to show off the little calculator. Let's do that now, and then if he pops in while I'm doing that, I'm going to show you the calculator, and I'm going to show you something I already kind of pre-built in some. Here, let's screen share. Maybe. Let's attempt to screen share. Here we go. Okay. Let's go to calculator. Now, this is a calculator that one of the members created that they put in their Facebook group. Donald was kind enough to grab it from the Facebook group because, as you guys know, I am not in Facebook, and I don't use it at all anymore. I used to kind of log in once in a while, but I just don't use it. So this is the calculator that you can get on the Facebook group. I will ask for permission to share it outside of that. But anyway, this is the calculator where you can put in any information in the fields. And I'm going to show you guys something that I think this is super cool. You can put in, what your starting deposit is. So in this case, I'm going to show you guys what can happen with just $5 a week, and how that's going to grow and about how long it's going to take. You can put in different, parameters in these little things here, but I wouldn't really mess around with that right now because this is the current rates right now. So let's say you just joined, today is your first day, and you have, you put in $5, obviously. As it shows here, it will show your daily earnings here in this little column here. And this calculates everything for you. So you just kind of put in the amount in the fields. So now you're earning 5 cents a day. Now on the 7th day, because in this scenario, you're putting in $5 a day. And you can put that $5 in from like paid to click sites or faucets or anything. It doesn't matter, like whatever. I chose this because this is just such a, it's an affordable amount. And I'm going to show you something really cool in just like a couple of months, how this just kind of compounds on itself. It's really great. So day 7, you put in $5. Now you're starting to make 10 cents a day. Now this, I know these numbers are small. This is not, you're just starting out. And in these fields, I basically just put in $5 every 7 days. As you can see, these amounts increase, obviously, as the balance increases. But what starts to happen once you kind of get into things is you see what's going on. Like you see this number right here. I think this is the first time this happens. This is day 30. This number right here. This is from your earnings. So you're earning, at this point, you're earning 25 cents a day, but you've also earned, building up there. This is from your earnings. So this is not something that you're putting in here. So this is a $5 from your earnings you're purchasing there. And then this is the $5 that you're, in this scenario, you're putting in $5 a week. So right now, that's $5 that you didn't put in yourself. As you can see, this happens again. Day 48. This is from your earnings. And then this is your deposit. Gonna just scroll down here. I'm not gonna bore you too much with this, but I'm just gonna show you. Here's another one. This is earnings. This is earnings. And this is deposit. Now, once you're at this point, this is day 70. Once you're at this point, you are earning just from your earnings enough to basically deposit or to purchase every 7 days without having to put any funds in. And right here, as you can see, this is day 70. Your balance in terms of total that you've put in is 75. Now you've only actually put in 55 because you've used your earnings and you've repurchased. So this is just an example of what can happen. And this is day 70. So pretty much from this point on, it's going to be roughly every 7 days. Once you get, up to like right around this 80, 85 mark, as you can see, like the days are decreasing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you get to 100, then you're able to purchase once every 5 days. I'm going to stop screen sharing for a second here. Got to check to see what's going on. Screen share was working great. So that just shows you basically, the total that you would put in this scenario would be $55, but that's $5 a week. And also using the earnings to build it up. And once you get to that threshold of around, that 75 to 80, where you're able to purchase every week without actually putting any money in, that's where really what Donald called the snowball effect, which really it essentially is, more like the avalanche. That's where that really starts to sort of kick in. And then you can, obviously you can make decisions as to what you're going to do from there. In that scenario, let's just say you're following that scenario and you followed it until once you're earning once you build up that account to about 125 or so, you can start to do like one withdrawal and then repurchase for like 2 to 3 weeks and then do another withdrawal if you want to do that to kind of get your seed money out. But that's just one example. of what you can do. This calculator is super handy, so I definitely recommend that most people are on Facebook, that you join the Facebook group and you grab the calculator from there, so you can play around with it yourself, because you can play around with different scenarios. You can play around with you can actually add in things like referral commissions and things like that into the calculator. You can do all kinds of fun stuff with it. It's a pretty decent one. Obviously, it's it's a calculator. It's not guaranteed earnings, and there's different scenarios, and everybody's going to start out differently. But it's definitely a great little tool. I'm still waiting for him. It's getting to the point where I'm not sure what to do, guys. It's like he's almost 40 minutes late at this point. If you want me to continue to talk to you guys, I will. If you want to reschedule this for another time, I will. Let me know, comment and let me know what you want to happen, because this is, it's not, I'm not blaming him or anything. It's life. It happens. People are late. Traffic is a thing. But let me know if you want me to continue with this and just to wait a few more minutes, or if you want to reschedule this for another time. Let me know in the comments, and I will figure what I'm going to do from there. I'm also going to, in the meantime, wait a few more minutes. Okay, Donald's saying wait a few more minutes. Like I said, we're going to be able to edit this thing, so it's not going to be, like an hour-long video. Basically, as soon as it renders on YouTube, I'm probably just going to cut it. I'm going to cut most of the beginning here, except, I don't know, maybe the calculator. We'll see. Sorry about this, guys. It's live. There's nothing, there's nothing anybody can do. It's just sometimes life happens. So yeah, I am going to wait a few more minutes, give them some time to get in here. Because I do, obviously I want to do this, and I'm excited to have him on, but also at the same time, I don't want to keep everybody waiting for such a long time, But yeah, traffic is life. No audio is life. Life happens. Yeah, the audio thing, that's tricky. Yeah, for some reason, Donald's audio just does not work in the Hangouts. And it's only been for like the past couple of days. I would experiment, maybe like try to use another software to see if your microphones get picked up. Like, I know you can check it on your computer, or also maybe use like Skype call someone, see if they can hear you. Because it's possible that it's an issue with Google software. They seem to have changed a little bit of it. I know that certain links aren't working the way that they used to over the past couple of weeks, and that seems to be around the same time that Donald started having audio issues. Now, I don't know if those things are connected, but it's definitely a coincidence. So, correlation does not equal causation, but sometimes, when a new software or an update happens and then stuff gets broken, it's probably the update, but we don't know. Yeah, call somebody on Facebook, use your computer to, or just try to use like Screencast or something. See if that's picking up on your mic, and then go from there. I was playing around with a software. There's an open source software called OBS, and not only can you do screen shares with it, but you can do live broadcasts with it as well. And I used it for a while. I used it for screen captures to make some videos, but for some reason it stopped working. Like, it just stopped recording. So I'm not sure if that's something I'm going to play around with. I know a lot of people love it. They absolutely love it. And you can use it while you're broadcasting, and you can use it for screen captures and all this kind of stuff. And I did like it, but it stopped working for no reason that I could figure out. And I couldn't get it to work again. But I guess this is not exactly an uncommon problem to get video capture software to work. My programmer boyfriend has said that it's taken him a long time to find something that really works. So I don't feel like it's just me. So Donald's going to try recording now to see if his microphone's working, because we will have that hangout tomorrow. I got some stuff for you guys. I got a question I want to ask you, and just some general updates. I don't know if I mentioned this the last week or not, but Frank, the Crypto Pros admin, has agreed to do another interview overview when the new program launches for Crypto Pros. The idea is to do that pretty much right after that launch. So he's going to come on again, and obviously it'll be a great time to ask questions or to just have him do an overview. We don't have a set date for that yet because we're still waiting to hear back from the programmer. Obviously, kind of everything needs to be working in working order before they can do that. But as soon as I know that, I will let you guys know, and we'll schedule that date and give you guys that information. Okay, guys, I don't know. We're looking at like almost quarter of at this point. Last time he said that he was in setting up. That was like 23 minutes ago. So there could be a technical problem at this point. Like, it could be both, right? Because like we said, Donald tried to come in like 3 times, I think, and just didn't work. So there could actually be a glitch on the other end. Although I did try it. I actually tried. I talked to myself. And it seemed to work. But I just sent Darren a quick message about, do you want to reschedule this? I mean, obviously, you guys are still here. So, yeah, there seems to be, I don't know. Now he just sent me an email with an issue with connecting to it. So, hold on a second. So there is like some kind of there's all kinds of, this is one of the joys of being live. All right, copy this, bring this back. I'm going to send him an alternate link. So he's trying to get in. There's just an issue. Sending a link. Okay. So I'm sending him an alternate link. I did send him both the links. For some reason, there's been an issue with the Hangout link itself. Like, we used to use one particular. There's 2 links, right? There's one link that goes to the broadcast, the ones that you guys are seeing, and there's one for like the people that are logging in. And the login link has changed. Like, and this was just over the past couple of weeks. Like, I think the past 2 weeks. So the one that used to log in doesn't log in anymore. But there's another link that's generated that seems to work. I'm going to give it just like 1 more minute, and then we're going to reschedule, guys. So just give me a second. I did send them the alternate link just in case. I did send them both, I think, but yeah, if it's a login issue, there's nothing, there's nothing that we can do. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you just can't get in. That's happened to me before, where I've wanted to do Hangouts with other people, and I just couldn't log on, even though everything was correct. It happens. Life happens. Okay, looks like he's coming in. He says, I am logging in now. This was 2 seconds ago. So we'll find out. Thank you guys very much for sticking in and, being very patient. Well, that's what I really like about, most of you guys are really patient, and you are understanding when things don't go 100%, which is just the way things go sometimes. So he's logging in, and I should see him, within a couple of seconds at this point. He may need to install a little bit of software on the computer. Obviously this is something that we usually do beforehand. I always open up the room usually about a half an hour before broadcast. Oh my gosh, are you here?
Hello, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, hey,
okay,
thank
good.
you.
Hello, I'm sorry, I've just had about the last hour and a half of hell.
Oh God, traffic. Is it London? Are you in London or?
No, I'm in the countryside, so it's even stranger. But no, we took the kids to a safari park today, and coming back, the main road on the way back, coming back, it was a little bit chocker. It took about an hour to move about 10 miles.
Oh my God.
Yeah, which put us far behind, and of course then I came back and tried to rush around and get everything done, which makes things take twice as long again as well.
Yeah. It's like the that is how it happens. It's kind of crazy. But we're glad you're here. So thank you very much for that. Sorry about the traffic sucks. But you know what? It's life. Life happens.
That's it.
What can you do, right?
That's it. I mean, I walked through the door about 25 past 8, and then I came into it, and then I had to log in because I hadn't logged into YouTube or Google on this thing, so I had to do that. Then I got the 2FA going, and I'm trying to get everything set up here, there, and everywhere. No, and I heard you saying normally you start half hour earlier. So do I. That's why I think so. I normally have everything ready and prepared. And yeah, I just walked to the door and everything at once.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Donald, who's still technically logged in, his audio didn't work. So you're not the only one that's having issues today.
Okay, no, I'm good there.
Okay, so let's get started. Why don't you go over an overview of my passive trades? Basically what it is. I did a little bit of that while waiting, but why don't you just kind of talk about it? Obviously you have a different perspective than I do because you're the founder, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if they call it founder, CEO, but you're sort of the head honcho here. So
all of the above, yeah.
Awesome. So you can talk about the main company behind it. Just give a general overview so people can get a feeling for it. You can do screen shares if you want to. You've done Hangouts before, I'm sure, but it's just if you go to the upper left, it's the second one down. It's green.
So It's all right, I know how to do it.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, okay, not a problem. Right, okay, so first and foremost, hello everybody. I didn't realise that we were already live there. Hello everybody, my name is Darren Bradbury, for those of you that don't know me. I'm sorry I'm late and I kept you waiting. Obviously, we explained in the beginning of the call the reasons why. Okay, so where can I start with my passive trades? Really, I'm going to take it back a little bit. I'm going to talk about Polaris, the actual main company for my passive trades. Right the way through the bear market. So I mean, obviously we were running with the bull market at the end of not last year but the year before, with Nabil, who is my direct business partner, and he was doing trading in that market, and of course it was a fantastic market to be trading in. And then we went into the bear market, which all the way throughout that as well was still making profits, which was fantastic. Some of the times obviously not massive profits, but still profits all the same. When we kind of was coming through this phase, for myself, as a marketer, I've been marketing for a few years. It takes a marketer to understand this, but when you've been marketing for a long time, you get into a routine. You do it day in, day out. Whether that's, I mean, for me, I do a lot of video marketing, whether that's blogging, whatever. It becomes part of your schedule. Well, it also becomes something that you actually, for me, I love to do. And I was really missing marketing passive systems because I know that it's largely what this industry revolves around. And for me, it's something that it's where I started when I came into this particular part of the industry. Before being in this part of the industry, I was actually in network marketing anyway, so conventional MLM. Then I came across into this side of the industry. So passive income is really where it's at. And I knew that. And I was looking at some of the other passive opportunities out there. But to be honest, I'm very good with figures as well, so I'm able to break down figures and have a good understanding as to kind of what's actually happening, what's possible, what's not possible. I am extremely lucky to be in the position that I am because I'm surrounded by a fantastic and trustworthy programming team. Obviously, Nabil, who's a trader with years and years of experience, so I can actually kind of I have an insight of behind the scenes as to all of these things, how all of these things work. Which kind of led us to my passive trades. Now, I was saying a lot of the other systems out there that's looking at, I'm not going to name any names or anything like that, but I looked into a lot and just nothing really seemed for the long term. And lots of them seemed to be trying to target in on one specific sort of thing, which was to ride the wave, let's say. But for me, I wanted something long term, and I wanted to promote something, and I wanted something that I could feel confident in promoting, which obviously led us through to the fact that Nabil had been running trading anyway, so we was able to base it off of his figures. The programming team were more than capable of actually implementing it, so we decided to do my passive trades. We launched around 6 to 7 months ago now, so back in October of last year. And really, since the point of beginning, it has just been getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Now, the bulk majority of that time that we've been running has actually been through the end of the bear market, which for anybody that's been following crypto, you will understand over the last month, let's say last month, 5 weeks, it's been considerably better. Before that, it was a dull time. Not many opportunities in the market. So our figures for actually creating, and so the 5 months before that was pretty much the same as well. So our figures in creating my passive trade was actually based on the figures of what is possible throughout these times, because obviously a system that's built for a system that is built, any type of business that is built in mind for the effect whilst you are in a very good environment for it, of course, is fantastic. But unfortunately, we do not live in a perfect world. So for us, we decided to build it upon the harder times. And obviously, when good times come, then that just makes things even better. For us, we aimed to have something consistent and strong that equally would allow us the opportunity to be able to over deliver. So I'll explain very briefly what My Passive Trades is. It is a trading system. It has advertising packages. The advertising packages are $5 each. They return 125%, around about 1% per day. At the minute, we keep it consistent at 1% per day. That is because we are actually achieving more than that from the trading team. But we are also, because we are only 6-7 months old, we are building that reserve as well. We're going through very big growth at the minute too, which is fantastic, because that's obviously creating more, a larger trading fund, which when we achieve more trading profit than's actually required, that moves across into the reserve. So it allows us to build the reserve up considerably quicker too. The main benefits of My Passive Trades is it's 100% passive income. If you want to promote, the opportunity is there, and you can earn team building bonuses, referral commissions from that. And on top of that, obviously, you can advertise any other business that there is.
Awesome. That was a really, really great overview. I have a couple of clarifying questions, I guess.
You can ask me everything and anything.
Oh, well, that could get interesting. My question is, I think I heard this. I think I might have heard this with you interviewing somebody. Anyway, well, let's talk about free members. So if somebody joins and they join as a free member, and maybe they can't deposit funds or they don't want to, can they still promote and earn referral commissions as a free member?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's awesome.
It is actually, to be honest, I'll actually explain it as well. It is actually a legal requirement that anybody in any sales system, My Passive Trades is a sales system because it can be sold. It is actually a requirement that somebody is able to earn without funding through the means of advertising.
Right, because the product is advertisement.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's really great. Because a lot of people miss that, and a lot of people, I'm obviously not going to talk about other different programs, but that's not the case in most.
Yeah.
They may be playing by different rules. We're just gonna gonna put that in there. What about do you guys have any plans for any other types of like splash pages and banners and things like that? Because I know that my team, especially in general, we really like variety and playing around with different things. I mean, I make my own pages, and I know other people that do as well. But are you planning on adding some new marketing materials for people that do want to promote?
Yeah, absolutely. The sister company, Elite Profit Academy, actually has a website builder coming out this coming week, I'd imagine. It's got ready-made templates in it for My Passive Trades. It will be free for all members of My Passive Trades as well. The reason that we haven't put the link, the splash page directly in the website is because obviously it just becomes a subdomain of the website. In the nicest possible way, I know that lots of people promote on Facebook. I know the way that lots of people promote on Facebook, i.e. posting into Facebook group, etc., etc. This can actually have quite a negative effect on the overall domain if it gets blocked from Facebook.
Yeah, advertising on Facebook can be very tricky. I'm one of the rare people that I don't use Facebook at all anymore. But I remember just trying to get things, to go through. It's crazy. But I mean, I have my own website, my own domain and stuff, so I can get around that. But yeah, I totally see what you're saying there.
So what it will be is we got a full website builder coming out, of which people can build professional websites without needing to have masses of technical skills. In fact, you don't really need many technical skills at all, as drag and drop sort of thing, and also landing page creator. But again, both the landing page creator is actually going to have ready-made templates in it. So for people that have absolutely no idea where to start, all that they need to do is put their own link behind it. Maybe if they want to change the video, they can do this. But the template and everything is going to be in place there for them. So it'll be very user-friendly. Just changing the day, changing the basic details, put their link behind the button, etc., etc.
Awesome. That's actually really great. I'm excited about that because I know a lot of people struggle to sort of create their own content. Donald, I can actually hear you.
What? You can hear me?
Oh my God, I can hear you. This is the one that Donald, do you have any questions for him? I can actually hear you right now. So if you want to chime in with any questions.
Actually, you asked the question I was going to ask about the free members. So I got my answer there. I'll contact my free signups and let them know that. Other than that, we'll let you guys carry on.
Okay, that's yeah. So the audio randomly started working.
No, it didn't randomly start working while y'all were talking. I did some online research. Thanks to Windows performing an update, it messed up a lot of people's mics and webcams.
Yeah. That's you gotta love software updates. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Well, not awesome that it messed it up, but awesome that you're here. Does anybody have any questions in the chat room, or I know some of you are like on Skype and stuff. In the meantime, Darren, do you mind going over the calculator a little bit? And also another question, do I have permission to share that? Can I share the link to that like on my channel? Because I got it from Donald because I'm not on Facebook. And I know you guys shared it on Facebook.
Yeah, the calculator is absolutely fine. What I will say is that as a company on purpose, we haven't released an official calculator, but the calculator is correct by the figures. Yeah,
I've been playing around with it, and I actually showed some people a couple of different scenarios while we were waiting here. It's a great little tool. So what I'll do is I'll add the link to the calculator so people can, they can download it and use it themselves. And this was created by a member. So like you said, it's not an official company calculator.
What I will do for you though is I'll break down the figures right here because obviously I know them. I created it. It's all my doing. So I'll break down the figures here for you so that people can understand kind of the sustainability element of my passive trades, what we actually require in order to keep it sustainable, kind of the profit margins that you hear, and I'll talk about a little bit about the reserve and how that works as well. So you heard me, you've probably, if you've already looked at the website, you see the front page, there's a video from myself on there where I kind of do a little breakdown, and I'll do it again for you here. So we have an 8% and a 3% referral commission, so that's 11% altogether. So for every single dollar, although it's $5 packs, we're going to base it on $1 just to make it easy for the figures. So for every single $1 that is made in sales, so that's purchase of packs, then 11 cents automatically goes out as referral commission. We actually include that because it is actually money going out. It is an expense. Therefore, that means that we have 89 cents left. That 89 cents needs to become $1.25. It needs to become $1.25 at 1% per day as an average or consistent for the minute. That is a difference of approximately 41%, of which over the 125 days works out at 10% per month, 0.3% per day. The trading team, even through the bearish of markets, some months they average 5 to 7%. On other months they average 13, 14, 15%. But as a flat average, 10% was very easily actually achievable. In months like what we are in now, where we are experiencing considerably better volume, obviously the trading percentage is going up, and it's going, as we're talking actually, the market, I have been watching, and the market is actually moving very nicely today as well. So, realistically, some days we're actually doing 4 or 5% in a day, which is massive in income correspondence. Now, of course, we have losses as well, so we work it out as an average kind of for where we are in general. We don't only trade crypto, we also trade Forex, which gives us, and the reason that we do this is because Forex is it's more stable. Cryptocurrency, you trade more for the big moves. Because the volume is not so big, the market can be moved in a very positive way very, very quickly. Equally, it can be moved in a negative way, but that's why we've got the Bill, who reads charts non-stop and can tell me what's going to be happening in the market at any given time. It's like having your own Mystic Meg. But the guy's absolutely brilliant. His risk management is top notch, and like I said, from the point of him trading for us, he started trading for me personally about 2.5 years ago, and yeah, I think in the entire time, I think he's had 1 month at a loss. Other than that, which I think was about a 3 or 4% loss. Other than that, he's had some months that have been just over break even. Like I said, some that have been 5, 6% during the bear market. So when the market was coming down and down and down and down, but of course then you're in on the bounce and you're making considerable back there too. But like I said, it works on an average 0.3% per day is about what has to be met. You will hear me talk about the reserve fund. It's very important that I explain the reserve fund, because I'm sure that many of you watching have been in this industry long enough, like myself, where we have all heard of a reserve fund, which is actually just funds from sales. That is not the reserve fund. That's not how we work the reserve fund. The reserve fund for us is all profits accumulated above that 0.3% per day or that 10% per month. Okay, it's almost, we actually behind the scenes, we call it the reserve or the rainy day fund. And it's there for should any problems arise in the future. You know, we are very, very cautious with the way that we split the risks. So we do use 4 or 5 different exchanges at any given time. We do use at least 2, maybe 3 cold wallets at any given time. Coin Payments, obviously, as a merchant, we don't keep any funds in there. I mean, it gets moved out of Coin Payments. Obviously, you get notifications. We've got people moving that out very, very quickly, sending that out to the exchanges. We use 2/3 Forex platforms. So, you know, we split all of our capital among a lot of different places. The reserve obviously is actually traded as well, and then that is building in the background, which gives us, like I said, it's a rainy day fund. So should something, from our perspective, it's better to be prepared for something to happen, because then when it does, you know, we've got that fund there that we're not running around like headless chickens, panicking of what to do. You know, we've got that there as our backup contingency plan.
That's really great, and I think that that's important, because a lot of things that we talk about here on this channel is, you know, diversification, and, you know, don't keep all your eggs in one basket. Don't keep things in processors. You know, just, you know, keep them safe, because you never know. You know, things can get hacked, and, you know, there's all kinds of things that can happen. Like,
well, working online, nothing is 100% safe. I mean, we take all of the precautions that we can. You know, on all of the exchange platforms, all of them have got 2FA, direct to mobile. You know, we take every single precaution that we can. However, we all know that nothing is 100% safe on the internet. So therefore, that's why we do that. That's why we build it, because then, you know, we vastly split our risk, and at the same time, we've got that fund there to back us up.
that's really great, and to hear that detail, at least for me, like, I mean, because I did a lot of research before I even joined this, because there's so much crap out there. Like, that's putting it mildly. You know, so I did a lot of research, and I watched a lot of videos from you, and to hear this detail is, for me, is really really good. I really thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Speaking of 2FA, are you going to add that to My Passive Trade? So you're going to add that option for people?
Withdrawals, we're going to add it onto withdrawals. For the logging into the site, I mean, we back up data regularly anyway. We've got quite a lot of actual security on My Passive Trades anyway. Obviously, you've got Cloudflare on the login, although we hide it from the members' perspective, so they don't have to go through that really long procedure. But we do have Cloudflare active. We have other forms of security. I'm not obviously going to go into what they all are, but over the databases. So it's pretty well protected. The main thing we're going to do it on is withdrawals. All withdrawals are and always will be manual. So if there's anything that looks suspicious, it is actually checked by a human. The other thing is the reason that we're going to be doing it with 2FA as well on the withdrawals page is because withdrawals is, if by any reason, and it would 99.9% be down to personal responsibility of personal security. If for any reason someone was to get into your account, then it's, the primary thing you're worried about is them withdrawing. So we're going to be having 2FA put on for withdrawals. You probably noticed that withdrawals are generally done about twice a day. So this means that there's a good kind of time frame in between where you're going to probably notice that you're receiving those emails that something's trying, or however your 2FA is set up.
Great. That's fantastic. Yeah, and I did whenever I join anything new, I always do a test withdrawal, and I did one, and you guys paid within I don't know, I think it was something like 12 hours or something like that. So it is paid. Yeah. It is legit. I just wanted to kind of reiterate that. Donald, did you have any questions for Darren here? Or any comments?
I don't have a specific question, but I am glad about what he was saying about the reserve funds. I'm not going to mention the company, but there's another crypto type trading company that promises 1% or so each day. And sometimes when I log into that account, we're sorry, we're having a bad trading week. All your packages are now only going to earn like 0.1%. So basically 1/10 of what they were earning. Obviously, they are either scamming or they don't have reserve funds. I'm glad to hear here that we have reserve funds just in case we do have a rainy day.
Yeah, that's exactly what the reserve fund is for. I mean, remember as well, like one of the main things to remember is that I would say probably the biggest question that I get a lot of the time is, Daniel, how can you afford to do 1% per day? Remember that 1% per day, that's not 1% of pure profit every day. There's return of capital as well in there along with the profit. So if someone's telling you that they can do 1% per day in trading profit consistently every day, then they are the Houdini of the trading world. Because I can tell you that I'm very lucky and very blessed to be surrounded by some extremely qualified, experienced traders, and it doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Some months you might do 150%, don't get me wrong, but you take them as blessings instead of relying upon them.
Well, that's great. I'm glad you do what you do. I tried trading once and it didn't work for me. So I'm glad there's somebody else out there doing all the hard work, because I don't want to do that no more.
It doesn't work for 95% of people trading. And a lot of it's obviously the psychological battle that goes with trading. And it's controlling your emotions, all things that, I mean, Bill, for example, has been trading himself probably 7 years, give or take now. So, to have that routine day in, day out, he found his own kind of little niche. I wouldn't say he was in at the very beginning of Bitcoin, but he came in as an early adopter, and so he was he's grown with the market, and for him, crypto's everything.
That's so awesome. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate this. Is there anything that you would want to say to maybe people that are on the fence, prospective members? I mean, like I said earlier, you can join for free and you'll take a look around. Is there anything that you really want to make sure that people have an understanding of, anything in particular, or anything that people ask you a lot about that you want to mention?
Yeah, I will do. Okay, so first and foremost, I'll cover a few things. First and foremost, I completely understand where you are if you're looking at this system and you're thinking maybe it looks good, but then so has every other system out there been. I can tell you honestly from myself, it's been built because of the formation that those other systems have done and how they've ended up. My passive trade isn't going to make you a millionaire overnight, and it's built that way on purpose. It's built so that it will actually give you a steady income, something that you can feel confident in promoting. What I would say for members that are looking and that aren't ready to make that move, because sometimes you just ain't ready to make that move at that time, then what I would say is join the Facebook group, watch it, watch myself. Coming from this week, like I said at the beginning, what reason for the great big delay, which I'm apologizing for again. You'll see throughout this coming week, I'm going to be doing a number of live videos. I'm actually going to be going into the trading accounts and showing the actual trading that's going to be the trading. I'll show you what's happening, show you the trading history, etc., etc. All different pieces like that, you'll be able to see, put the puzzle together for yourself, do the maths for yourself, work out the percentage based for yourself. If you want to compare it to a different system that you've been in that maybe hasn't worked out, look at how the other system was meant to work, look at the figures of kind of what was actually required. If you look on my YouTube channel or the company YouTube channel, one of the earlier videos that I made actually breaks down, and I show the actual calculations for how you can kind of work out for any system. I am a little bit of a maths geek as well, by the way. But yeah, you'll be able to, it's a simple calculation, but it shows you how to work out kind of the calculation full system. So you can work out kind of where the difference lies, how it works and the way that it works. One of the main other questions that I get asked is about the website in itself and about it being and looking like a revenue share script, a revenue share site. For those of you that know what revenue shares are, I'm sorry. For those of you that don't, I feel very happy for you. Okay, so revenue share scripts, I'd imagine that 99% of people know what they are anyway, but okay, it's the difference between my passive trades and a revenue share script, a revenue share site. We did take a script that was a revenue share script because of the benefits that revenue shares actually offered. So the advertising functions, the login ads, the traffic exchange, all of these nice little features, banner ads, all of this which is built into the site along with the Chrome job, which does the daily earnings on percentages, etc., etc., etc. It was the perfect script for what we wanted. So it is a revenue share script. The big difference between my passive trades and a revenue share is the actual business models. A revenue share is a shares with existing members the revenue that is coming in. Okay, and if there's any more than that is held in what's called a reserve, which, like I already explained, is not actually a reserve, it's just a holding of sales. My passive trades uses external income to generate those profits. So it is not Peter paying Tom, Peter paying Paul. It is that you receive every day your return of capital alongside your manageable profit. Okay, and everything on top of that that is accumulating profit goes towards the reserve. We, even as owners, do not take any profit from the system in that way, in any way, shape or form. The only way that we earn from My Passive Trades is as a member. Obviously, we do have a big bonus that we are the admin account, so the .com, but that is the only way that we actually earn through the site as well. So we earn just like members. So the calculation that I said, the 89 cents on every dollar after the referral commission, you know, that is exactly how it works. There's no us taking 10% of everything here, there, and everywhere. It's that figure, and that's the way that we wanted to do it. We wanted to build it in a way that we can build as well. Like I said at the beginning, all that I actually wanted was a system that we could feel confident in building, that could be promoting. I mean, I'm up to, I mean, obviously the .com is a massive advantage to this, but our team now is about 700-800 members last time I checked. So, you know, from the referral commissions, you can see, actually, if you do a job properly and if you build it up like this, then if it's sustainable, we can earn from this a lot more over a lot longer time instead of boom and bust.
That's great. That to me, that says that you really believe in the system, because you're using it just like a member. So that's, to me, that just gives that gives it extra weight, because you obviously you must believe in it, because that's how you're that's how you're generating revenue for yourself. And I do watch your video, like the videos that your company puts out. Lydia and the other gentleman, I can't remember his name, but I do watch those videos. Yeah, so you guys are very active. I will link to your channel below as well, once this is over. So if people are interested, they can subscribe to the channel, and also the Facebook group and all that fun stuff. I really love the transparency, and I mean you're on this you're on this hangout with us, to educate us, and we're definitely going to be using some of this for our own marketing. We do a lot of team building and things like that. Very excited about this one, guys. And for those of you that are kind of new to this channel, I will let you guys know that we do give a lot of resources for people, for free members, and we show people how to earn small amounts of money so they could essentially flip it, like leverage the free money that they have and maybe put it into buy a few ad packs at My Passive Trades and get started with very limited risk, because if you're using free money, then you're not really risking anything. Thank you very much for this. This has been really, really great. I appreciate your time. I'm sorry about the traffic issues that you had, but I'm very much I'm very excited about this, and I'm very happy, and I feel grateful that you've taken your time out to answer these questions. I actually had a pretty good sized list of questions that people asked me sort of in advance that can't attend live, and you already answered them with just the way that you explained everything. So
okay.
Good job with that.
You can probably tell I do quite a lot of these interviews, so
yeah.
A lot of the questions a lot of the time are kind of along the same lines. So my description, when I'm asked for a description now, I kind of know exactly what everybody wants to know anyway.
yeah, you did a great job with that.
If anybody watching, or if you yourself want to, I'm happy to do interviews anytime anyway. So if you want to do interviews, I promise I'm not normally late. I am really sorry for that. That's well out of my character, but yeah, if anybody wants to do videos or interviews or anything like that, then just obviously let me know. And like I said, make sure that you look into the Facebook group, because we obviously have a lot that goes on in there. And you see, I do live videos myself in there. And like I said, this coming week, I'm going to be doing a lot of kind of showing behind the scenes as to how things work. Our target is to be as transparent as possible without crossing that border of security. So, showing inside the trading accounts, I can do all of this type of thing. I mean, if I could, I'd like to try and show some levels of the actual site from the back as well, obviously, but this has to be done little bit by bit because we have to security check everything and make sure we're not revealing anything that we shouldn't be. But yeah, everything from our perspective has been running smoothly since the day that it started. If you don't believe me, go and ask all the members.
That is fantastic. Donald, do you have anything else that you would like to say while we still have him on for the moment?
No, I don't have any specific questions. I just like to thank you for your time. Thank you for being here, and thank you for helping out our team. Expect to see some more packages bought later tonight. I'm just waiting for a paycheck to hit.
Awesome. And I would love to have you back on. I'm going to start doing some, we do basically like weekly hangouts for our team. We're involved in, multiple different things, but I want to do some, almost like a vlog type thing so that people can watch, my earnings grow and kind of do that with me. But I would love to have you on maybe in like a month or so, like do a little catch up type thing. That would be fantastic. I would very much appreciate that. And I'm sure my members would appreciate it too, because they really like hearing from, it's pretty rare. I reach out to a lot of owners and, I have had a few of them on, talking about their programs, but, it's pretty rare. It's about 1 in 10 chance of getting people on. So I very much appreciate it. And I know that my members appreciate it. And people are really excited. There are several people that were like, because this is still the middle of like the workday in the States here, that wanted to attend, but they can't because they're, at work and stuff. But thank you on behalf of myself and my viewers. This
You're very welcome.
Absolutely fantastic.
Just to say one thing to finish off with, not to obviously oversay what you were just saying with regards for the support that you give to your team as well. But you're talking about vlogging. Obviously, we do a lot of vlogging ourselves, especially for YouTube. This coming week, I've got to wait till the kids go back from school so that I can actually get anything done. Kids are on school holiday here for Easter at the minute, so it's really not helpful. But although it's lovely, and that's why I do what I do. It'd be nice to be able to get something done. But yeah, starting from next week, on a serious note, I'm actually with the team as well, with the marketing team. We are going to be running a marketing course. It's completely free for everybody, and really I'm just going to go through and do it raw and give tons of value away. Like I said, it's completely free, and at the end of the day, I want everybody to be able to promote and become successful. So we will be putting in a lot of time for it, and my advice to anybody that's new is take every last bit of value that you can from everybody.
yes, that is fantastic. I'm very much looking forward to that, because I always, I like to learn. Even if I learn one new thing or one thing that helps me out, in like a series or something, that's worth it to me. And just to hear different perspectives sometimes gets you thinking in a slightly different way, so you can come up with different ideas. So that is beautiful. Thank you so very much for this. We'll have like a sort of more edited down version of this video if you want a copy of it or something. I can send it your way or whatever. I mean, obviously you don't need it. You can make up your own stuff. But for those of us, I'm more talking to my team members, because we're going to have some, we have our own splash pages and things like that, and we can use some of this for that. Thank you. I think we're gonna end it here unless there's any questions. Let me just check real quick. Everybody's saying thank you. Everybody's very appreciative of this, and I know I am, and I'm super excited. And hearing just a little bit more detail just gives me a little bit even more faith than what I already had, which was pretty high. So thank you very much. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and we'll be
thank you, Darren.
Guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we'll
stay safe, and I'll speak to you all very soon again, I'm sure.
Okay.